Can't you hear me? I'm still alive in here! Someone! Anyone!
Imagine carrying a corpse that gets heavier with each step. You drop him into the muddy dark, and the earth slams shut, crushing his ribs until they lock together.
Please! Allah! Ya Allah! I believe now!
But he's not alone. In the pitch black, something is hissing. The snakes are here, and they are his sins, coming to bite.
Hello, believers. Today we are taking a journey that is not recorded in a history book with a specific date, but it is a reality that happens every single day, in every corner of the world. Imagine we are in the present day, perhaps in a city not far from where you live, but we are moving away from the lights and into the darkness of the outskirts. Our main character today is not a famous king or a brave warrior. He is a man who had everything: wealth, status, and arrogance. He is the Heedless One, the man who thought he would live forever and ignored the calls to prayer. He is famous among the angels now, but only for his terrible ending. Today we follow his final trip from his luxury mansion to a hole in the mud.
You can see the dark storm clouds gathering above, swirling like smoke, and you can almost smell the fear coming from the body itself. Honestly, the reality of what we are about to describe is intense. You probably won't survive this without checking if your own door is locked. So before you get comfortable, take a moment to like the video and subscribe Journey with Prophet, but only if you genuinely enjoy what I do here.
Let me know in which city from you are watching this and what time is there now. Do type in comments section below.
Now, wear your headset to properly enjoy the story.
You are standing in the middle of a violent storm. It is late at night, and the darkness is so thick you can barely see your own hands in front of your face. The only light comes from the sudden, jagged flashes of lightning that tear through the sky, revealing a scene that looks like a nightmare. You are walking on a muddy, unpaved road leading toward an old graveyard. The rain is not falling gently. It is coming down in sheets, cold and heavy, stinging your skin like tiny needles. The wind is howling, making a sound that resembles a woman screaming in the distance. It pushes against you, making every step a struggle, as if the air itself is trying to stop this procession.
In front of you, a group of 4 men is struggling to carry a bier, a simple wooden frame used to carry the dead. On top of it lies the body of the man we spoke about. He is wrapped in a white cloth, a shroud, but the heavy rain has soaked it completely. The wet cloth clings tightly to his body, outlining his shape. But this does not look like a peaceful sleeper. The body looks rigid and twisted. Even through the shroud, you can see that his limbs are stiff, locked in a strange, unnatural angle. A strong gust of wind blows the covering off his face for a split second. You look at him, and your heart skips a beat. His face is terrifying. It is not pale like a normal dead person. It is dark, almost as if it has been burned or bruised from the inside. His mouth is frozen in a wide, silent scream, and his eyes are wide open, staring at nothing with a look of absolute horror. It looks like he saw something monstrous right before his soul was ripped from his body. This is not a cartoon or an animation. This is the raw, ugly reality of a bad death.
The men carrying him are slipping in the mud. They're strong men, but they're struggling. The body seems incredibly heavy, far heavier than a normal human being should be. It is as if he is carrying the weight of all his sins on his shoulders. In our history and traditions, specifically in the teachings of the Prophet, it is known that a righteous body feels light and eager to meet its Lord, while a wicked body becomes heavy and burdensome, crying out to not be taken forward. These men don't hear his screams, but they feel the weight.
You continue to walk with them. The atmosphere is suffocating. There are no birds singing, no crickets chirping, only the roar of the thunder and the splashing of footsteps in the puddles. The trees in the graveyard ahead look like skeletal hands reaching up to the angry sky. The rain mixes with the dirt on the ground, creating a sludge that coats everything. You look at the body again. The rain washes over that terrifying face, but it cannot wash away the look of doom etched into his skin. He looks like someone who knows he is heading toward a prison he can never escape.
The group finally reaches the edge of the graveyard. The gate is rusted and swings open with a loud creak that cuts through the sound of the wind. Inside, the graves are uneven mounds of earth, beaten down by the storm. The men stop for a moment to catch their breath, terrified by the burden they are carrying. You can see the fear in their eyes, too. They just want to finish this job and run back to the safety of their homes. But for the man on the wooden board, there is no home to go back to. This storm is his welcome party.
You are standing right at the edge of the open grave now. The hole in the ground looks like a dark, hungry mouth waiting to swallow something. Because of the horrible storm we talked about, the bottom of the grave is not dry or comfortable. It is a pool of thick, brown sludge. Rainwater is streaming down the sides of the pit, making the walls of the grave slippery and unstable. The smell of wet soil is overpowering, mixing with the metallic scent of the lightning that still flashes overhead.
The 4 men holding the heavy body are now struggling to lower it down. Remember how heavy he was on the way here? That supernatural weight is making the simple task incredibly difficult. Usually, lowering a body is done with care and respect, but here it looks messy. The men's boots are sliding in the mud. They are breathing hard, their hands trembling from the cold and the fear. One of them almost slips, and for a terrifying second, the body jolts. You watch as they finally manage to get him into the pit. There is no soft landing. The body hits the muddy bottom with a wet, heavy thud that makes you flinch.
He is lying there now, deep in the earth. The white shroud, which was already soaked from the rain, immediately starts absorbing the brown mud water. That terrifying face we saw earlier, the one with the open eyes and the silent scream, is now staring up at the stormy sky for the very last time.
The men hurry to place wooden planks over the body. This is a common practice, to create a small roof over the deceased so the dirt doesn't fall directly onto their face. But as they place the wood, the darkness inside that hole begins to grow. Every plank that is set down blocks out a little more of the lightning's flash. Finally, the last plank is set. The body is now in total darkness. He is alone. Now the sound changes. You hear the scraping of shovels. The men are scooping up the wet, heavy earth and throwing it into the grave. The sound of the dirt hitting the wooden planks is loud and hollow. Thump, thump, thump. It sounds like a drum beating a rhythm of finality. With every shovel of dirt, the reality of the situation settles in. This is not a room you can walk out of. There is no door, no window, and no light switch. As the grave is filled and the mound of earth is patted down, the men quickly turn to leave. They are terrified of the storm and the bad vibes coming from this place. In Islamic history and tradition, it is mentioned that the deceased person can actually hear the sound of the footsteps of his family and friends walking away. Just imagine that for a second. You are lying in the pitch black, unable to move, and the only sound you hear is the people you loved walking away, leaving you there all by yourself. The silence that follows is louder than the thunder.
But he is not just left alone. Now begins something that happens to everyone, but for this man, it is a punishment. The earth itself wakes up. In the traditions, we are told that the grave is not just a passive hole, it interacts with the body. For a believer, the grave expands as far as the eye can see. But for this man, the earth is angry.
You are watching the fresh mound of soil. Suddenly, it seems to shift. Down below, the walls of the grave are beginning to close in. This is known as the squeeze of the grave. The wet earth pushes against the wooden planks until they crack and splinter. Then the heavy soil presses directly against his body. Imagine being in a crowded elevator that keeps getting smaller and smaller. The pressure is immense. The earth pushes from the right and the left. It squeezes him so hard that his ribs are no longer in their places. They are crushed and interlocked, passing through each other like the fingers of two hands clasped together. The pain is unimaginable, but he cannot scream.
You are still trapped in that suffocating darkness, buried deep beneath the wet, heavy soil. The crushing pressure of the earth has done its damage, but the silence does not last long. Suddenly, the darkness inside the grave changes. It doesn't become bright with sunlight. Instead, a terrifying, supernatural presence fills the cramped space. The walls of the grave seem to tremble. You are witnessing the arrival of the two angels assigned to every grave. In Islamic history and theology, these angels are known by the names Munkar and Nakir. They do not look like the gentle angels you see in paintings with soft wings and halos. For this sinner, they are a nightmare come to life.
They appear huge, black, and terrifying. Their eyes are described in traditions as being like copper cauldrons burning with blue fire, and their voices thunder like the storm raging above the ground. They are not here to comfort him. They are here to interrogate him. They command the man to sit up. Despite his crushed ribs and the heavy dirt packing him down, a supernatural force jerks his body into a sitting position. He is shaking violently, not from the cold, but from sheer terror. He looks at them and he knows there is no lawyer to call, no money to bribe them with, and no way to lie.
One of the angels leans close, his voice booming against the dirt walls. He asks the three questions that determine eternity. Who is your Lord? The man opens his mouth. He wants to say the name of God. He remembers hearing it in the mosque he never entered, or from the grandmother he ignored. But his tongue feels like a heavy stone. It is tied in knots. He stammers, Huh? I don't know. I heard people saying something, but I didn't know.
The angel asks the second question. What is your religion? Again, the man's mind goes blank. He was too busy chasing money and status to care about religion in his life. He cannot answer. Finally, the angel asks, Who is this man who was sent among you? Referring to the prophet. The man looks down in shame. He never followed that man. He never loved that man. He whispers, I do not know.
Because he failed the test, the terrifying reality of the grave shifts into punishment mode. The angels step back, and suddenly the earth floor of the grave begins to move. You look closely at the dirt near his feet. It is shifting, swirling. Something is coming up from the depths. This is what the texts describe as the bald serpent or the tinine. This is not a cartoon snake or a small garden viper. This is a beast of the grave. It rises from the mud, thick and muscular. Its skin is not smooth. It is rough, covered in scales that look like jagged rocks. It has no eyelids, just staring, hateful eyes. The most horrifying part is that this snake is not a random animal. It is the physical manifestation of his sins. Every prayer he skipped, every dollar of charity he withheld has fed this monster.
The snake rears back, its hood expanding in the tight space. It hisses, a sound that vibrates through the man's bones. He tries to scramble back, pressing himself against the muddy wall, but there is nowhere to go. The snake strikes. It is lightning fast. Its fangs, dripping with a venom that burns like liquid fire, sink deep into his flesh. You can see the man scream, a scream so loud that traditions say every animal on earth can hear it, except for humans and jinns. The venom courses through his veins, not killing him, but causing him pain that feels like his blood is boiling. And he is not alone with just one. As the first one strikes, others emerge from the walls, slithering, cold, wet nightmares wrapping around his limbs. They bite and chew, punishing him for the arrogance he carried in his life. The storm outside is nothing compared to the storm of pain inside this hole. He is trapped with his sins, and they have teeth. Now, let's take a step back. I want you to take a deep, slow breath in through your nose and let it out through your mouth. Let the image of that dark, stormy graveyard fade away. The rain has stopped, the thunder has silenced. You are safe in your room, in your bed, far away from that cold, muddy pit. We tell these stories not to keep you awake in fear, but to wake up your heart while you are still alive. You have the chance that the man in the story does not have. You have tonight. You have tomorrow. The fact that you are listening means your heart is still soft and seeking the light. Let your heartbeat slow down. Relax your shoulders. The night is calm for you. Sleep well, knowing you can change your story.